I know this is an old one, but Thon Maker was a 19-year-old man pretending to play as a 14-year-old child. Today I'll be reacting to this video of the weird story of Thon Maker.
On December 15th, 2011, the world was introduced to 8th grader Thon Maker in this mixtape, and people
Just think
went
about a 19-year-old
crazy.
man
Who was
playing
this
against
giant
14-year-old
who was
kids?
scoring at will, blocking shots with ease, and knocking down jumpers?
Probably
When
looked like
people
Michael
saw these
Jordan or
highlights,
Kobe out
they
there.
believed they were watching the second coming of Kevin Durant, and who could blame them? An 8th grader with this skill level and this height almost seemed too good to be true, which, as it turns out over 9 years later, might have been the case. Because fast forward to the 2016 draft, and now 19-year-old Thon Maker has emerged as a
He wasn't
big-time
19,
NBA
probably
draft
like 23,
prospect.
24.
Only there's one problem. As Jake Fisher pointed out on Twitter, several teams have entirely ruled Thon Maker out of the first round due to his age. Multiple sources believe Maker to be 21 to 23, not 19. This was strange, and at the time the NBA community went absolutely crazy. Yearbooks were dug up, accusations were made, and it became apparent that there might be something to this.
He definitely lied about his age, but let's just look through the video and see the evidence, and I can provide my side of the story.
And moving on, let's talk about where the Thon Maker conspiracy originated.
I gotta ask you about some of the stories we heard today about your age and the questions about whether you're 19 or how old you are. What is your response to some of these allegations?
I didn't have a response for it because I know it's not true. And if it were true, it would have made me angry.
Man
I know
has
it's not
been
true.
capping
And
the whole way to
obviously
the
that's why-
NBA.
Obviously it's not true. That's why it didn't get to me.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Look at him
That
laughing.
certainly seemed
That's his
a
lying
little
face.
suspicious, right? It certainly felt like he was stumbling with his words a little. With this in mind, though, I'm sure you're wondering. This thread in which Jake Fisher's tweet was posted, Reddit user Big Credit responded with, "Surprised that this has taken so long to come out. I live in the same city in Australia that Maker migrated to, Perth, and one of my friends showed me his older sister's graduation book, which Maker is pictured in, and she graduated in 2010/2011. We'll add the photo now. Here is the photo he is."
So this photo has been on Reddit and circulated around the internet for ages, and the fact is, this is a real picture of Thon Maker in the yearbook. It is not an allegation, it has been proven by multiple sources that this is real. So in 2010, Thon Maker was 18 years old, graduating in the year 12 class in Perth. What happens later is just absurd.
Referencing a yearbook photo from a school in Australia. And saving us some time here, later a better photo of this same yearbook was uploaded that has graduating class of 2010 in the top left corner. This would of course mean that Thon would have already graduated high school in 2010 in Australia, not from a prep school in 2016 in Canada. That is of course a huge accusation, and of course there is a pretty crazy story attached to this.
It is an
Because as the
accusation,
story
but
goes,
since he's
a
now
town
retired,
scout
I'm
named
going to go ahead and
Smith
say it's true.
discovered Thon around the time of his first graduation. Smith apparently had a history of working with Sudanese players.
So this is true, that we have this type of shady scouts, that because they're from Sudan and they're refugees, their exact ages is not really clear. What they do is they fake the kids' ages so that they look younger and then have more of a chance of making it pro. Like, this information is literally available publicly. These photos are everywhere. If you search these people up, you can see that they have LinkedIn profiles, and then you can cross-match based on their ages, and you'll definitely know that Thon Maker lied about his age. But after he got drafted and went through the controversy, I don't think many people paid attention to that anymore. He lied, but he made it to the NBA and he made the NBA money. So all in all, he won. So here's the thing, even though you lied about your age and made it to the NBA, you're cheating the system. You will be exposed eventually. There are so many videos on the internet that said Thon Maker would have been the next MVP, the next all-star superstar player. The Bucks even called him the next unicorn. This is all based on the fact that when he was 19, supposedly he had so much potential, but in my opinion, at that age, he's already developed as far as he can go. So the Bucks invested so much energy into developing him over 3 years, and it was all a flop. But at the end of the day, you can lie to everyone else, but you can't lie to yourself. So this was the story of Thon Maker, an 18 or 19-year-old guy pretending to be a 14-year-old child. This has got to be one of the weirdest stories that has come out of the NBA. I look forward to posting more stories about the NBA, and I'll see you later. Peace.